Discipline equals freedom. Implementing extreme ownership requires checking your ego and operating with a high degree of humility. Admitting mistakes, taking ownership, and developing a plan to overcome challenges are integral to any successful team. The most fundamental and important truths at the heart of extreme ownership: there are no bad teams, only bad leaders. When setting expectations, no matter what has been said or written, if substandard performance is accepted and no one is held accountable, if there are no consequences, that poor performance becomes the new standard. Prioritize your problems and take care of them one at a time, the highest priority first. Don't try to do everything at once, or you won't be successful. Our freedom to operate and maneuver had increased substantially through disciplined procedures. Leaders must always operate with the understanding that they are part of something greater than themselves and their own personal interests. After all, there can be no leadership where there is no team. Leadership is the most important thing on the battlefield, and the principles of good leadership do not change regardless of the mission, the environment, or the personalities of those involved. Leading is leading. The leader's attitude sets the tone for the entire team. The leader drives performance or doesn't. And this applies not just to the most senior leader of an overall team, but to the junior leaders of teams within the team. In order to convince and inspire others to follow and accomplish a mission, a leader must be a true believer in the mission, even when others doubt and question the amount of risk, asking, "Is it worth it?" The leader must believe in the greater cause. When it comes to standards as a leader, it's not what you preach, it's what you tolerate. Leaders should never be satisfied. They must always strive to improve, and they must build that mindset into the team. As with many of the dichotomies of leadership, a person's biggest strength can be his greatest weakness when he doesn't know how to balance it. When you're too embarrassed to ask for help, that's a little knock at your door saying, "You're insecure." Many of the disruptive issues that arise within any team can be attributed directly to a problem with ego. A leader must be calm but not robotic. It is normal and necessary to show emotion. Leadership decisions are inherently challenging and take practice. Not every decision will be a good one. All leaders make mistakes. Once people stop making excuses, stop blaming others, and take ownership of everything in their lives, they are compelled to take action to solve their problems. Trust is not blindly given. It must be built over time. No matter how exhausted from an operation or how busy planning for the next mission, time is made for this debrief because life's and future mission success depend on it. Good leaders don't make excuses. Instead, they figure out a way to get it done. Ego clouds and disrupts everything. The goal of all leaders should be to work themselves out of a job. When mentored and coached properly, the junior leader can eventually replace the senior leader, allowing the senior leader to move on to the next level of leadership. To implement real change, to drive people to accomplish something truly complex or difficult or dangerous, you can't make people do these things. You have to lead them. If you make a mistake, own it. The worst thing you can do if you make a mistake is try to avoid taking blame for it. Plans and orders must be communicated in a manner that is simple, clear, and concise. Everyone that is part of the mission must know and understand his or her role in the mission, and what to do in the event of likely contingencies. Detailed contingency plans help manage risk, because everyone involved in the direct execution or in support of the operation understands what to do when obstacles arise or things go wrong.